A girl goes missing at a hotel pool. Then she appears 20 hours later in the same water that was searched multiple times. The family refuses to accept the official findings. Their fight for answers takes them 5,000 miles to America. What they discover will shock you. Adrianna's body arrived in Georgia on Monday morning. Her family had made an impossible choice. They would challenge 3 international pathologists with a 4th opinion. Their last chance for truth. Dr. Terry faced her most difficult case. The body had been embalmed. Crucial evidence was already gone. Embalming changes tissue completely. Time destroys evidence forever. Gone was any fresh body. What remained was forensic archaeology. Dr. Terry's first finding surprised everyone. She praised the original Guyana autopsy team. The first examination was thorough and competent. No trauma was overlooked. No evidence was missed. The family expected different answers from America. Instead, the expert validated the original work. But then came the bombshell. When asked if Adrianna drowned, Dr. Terry hesitated. Despite 3 previous opinions, she refused to confirm it. Why would she hesitate? Drowning is a diagnosis of exclusion. You must eliminate every other possible cause of death. When bodies are found in water, assumptions get made too quickly. Nothing at autopsy proves drowning happened. Dr. Terry went further. She would be reluctant to say Young drowned based on the reported circumstances. Picture this scenario first. A child plays near water and drowns immediately. Minutes later, she's found submerged. Perfect sense. Now picture something else entirely. A child disappears completely from view. The pool gets searched multiple times by trained professionals. No body is found anywhere. 20 hours later, she suddenly appears floating in that same water. How is that even possible? You cannot simply write it off as drowning. Dr. Terry called the circumstances very problematic. The American expert had identified the same troubling inconsistencies that haunted Adrianna's family. Dr. Terry made a crucial point that everyone had missed. The investigation doesn't depend on the autopsy results. It depends on investigating those missing 20 hours. The medical examination only tells part of the story. The real answers lie in those lost hours. How did trained searchers miss a body in a small pool? Why did it suddenly appear where they had already looked? These questions demanded real answers. Hours after Adrianna's body reached America, Guyana police released their final report. The timing seemed carefully calculated. Drowning. No criminal activity. Case officially closed. They detailed extensive testing procedures. Toxicology screens came back negative. DNA analysis showed nothing suspicious. No evidence of assault was found. Their explanation centered on natural decomposition processes. Bodies sink initially, then gases make them rise to the surface later. But the critical questions remained completely unanswered. Leonard McCaution brought 30 years of police experience to the case. 20 years investigating suspicious deaths and homicides. His credentials were impeccable. McCaution reviewed over 400 pages of official documents. He examined digital forensic evidence carefully. He analyzed witness statements from dozens of people. His conclusion matched the medical findings. No evidence of criminal activity was discovered. But McCaution made one telling observation that everyone had missed completely. What if a thorough search had been done properly from the beginning? The case would likely not have gained international attention. Think about that statement carefully. The entire international controversy stemmed from one critical failure. The challenging initial search operation. Multiple people looked for Adrianna in that pool. Swimming instructors searched the water. Hotel staff checked every corner. Family members looked desperately everywhere. Police officers conducted their own search. None of them found her body. How is that even possible? McCaution's investigation revealed crucial surveillance footage details. No one left the hotel under suspicious circumstances during the critical timeframe. No evidence showed Adrianna being taken from the pool area. Most importantly, video confirmed that hotel owner Mr. Bola wasn't present during the time window when Adrianna disappeared. The evidence contradicted widespread public speculation about his potential involvement. The evidence was clear and definitive. But serious doubts continued to linger. Despite extensive investigation and multiple autopsy examinations, Adrianna's family remained completely unconvinced by the official findings. Their grief was obvious and heartbreaking. Their frustration was completely understandable given the circumstances. They had hoped desperately that the American autopsy would provide different answers. Instead, it largely confirmed the original medical findings. But medical validation didn't address their core concerns about the timeline and search failures. The case exposed serious institutional problems beyond one family's personal tragedy. When initial searches face such difficulties, public confidence collapses completely. When incorrect information gets released during critical investigation hours, families lose confidence in the process. Police initially believed Adrianna had left in a vehicle. This information sent searchers in different directions during precious time when finding her alive was still possible. For experienced pathologists had now examined Adrianna's remains thoroughly. Dr. Paul from Barbados. Dr. Rudner from Mount Sinai Hospital. Dr. Collins from Delaware. Dr. Terry from Georgia. Their findings aligned consistently across all examinations. No evidence of physical trauma was discovered. No signs of struggle were found. No indication of assault was present. The medical evidence pointed toward accidental drowning as the cause of death. But the circumstances remained concerning to everyone involved. Dr. Terry's examination highlighted uncomfortable truths about forensic science limitations. When bodies are embalmed and significantly decomposed, crucial evidence disappears forever. The best opportunity for answers comes during the very first autopsy. Her validation of the original Guyana work became even more significant for the case. No trauma was overlooked during any examination. McCaution's decades of professional experience led to definitive findings. Video surveillance showed no suspicious activity whatsoever. Witness statements provided no evidence of criminal behavior. Physical examination revealed no signs of violence. He specifically noted no evidence suggesting the body was removed and later returned to the pool. The investigation was thorough and professional. The conclusion was definitive and clear. Yet troubling questions about the timeline persisted. One question haunts the entire case above all others. How does someone suddenly appear in previously searched water? Was the search methodology completely flawed from the start? Were the searchers inadequately trained for emergencies? Did they simply miss obvious evidence right in front of them? Or is there another explanation that investigators haven't fully considered yet? The mystery may never be completely resolved to everyone's satisfaction. Beyond all the investigations and autopsy examinations, a family lost their beloved daughter forever. Adrianna was just a child. She enjoyed swimming and spending time with her grandmother. She should have returned home safely that evening. Instead, she became the center of international controversy and debate. The human tragedy gets lost in all the procedural arguments and technical debates. Despite official conclusions from multiple experts, some private investigations continue quietly. The family's legal team has suggested they will pursue additional options regardless of the official findings. The fight for complete answers isn't over yet. A young girl died under mysterious circumstances. Her family sought answers through multiple autopsy examinations and extensive professional investigations. All experts agreed, accidental drowning. But does the evidence really fit? Let's break it down. The scientific evidence consistently points toward accidental drowning. The investigative evidence shows no signs of criminal activity. But questions about the specific circumstances and timeline continue to persist. How did multiple trained searchers miss a body in a relatively small pool? Why was false information released during the most critical investigation hours? What explains the family's specific observations and concerns? These questions may never receive completely satisfactory answers for everyone involved. Sometimes the most difficult truth is accepting that some mysteries resist complete resolution. Fast forward to today. For Adrianna's family, medical consensus doesn't equal emotional peace. Their questions continue every day. Their pain persists without end. The case has officially concluded according to authorities. But for a grieving family, the search for complete understanding continues. And sometimes, that uncertainty becomes the heaviest burden of all to carry. Adrianna Younge was a young girl. She deserved to grow up safely. She deserved to go home that day. Instead, she became the center of controversy that may never be fully resolved.
If you enjoy deep dives into true crime, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next story. Until next time, friends!